A very good evening and welcome to this festive special on the India Development Debate. The festive season has well and truly begun. We will have Dussehra this weekend and Diwali is around the corner. It's an important one this year because it's a festive season that industry, retailers and consumers are betting on to lift up the mood. Some of the signs are already positive and are already there, but these are high frequency indicators. Let's take you through what's looking up. Quarterly numbers for this quarter has shown that major companies have reported a rebound. A lot of companies are talking about sales going back to 80 to 90% of pre-COVID times. FMCG companies have rebounded to nearly pre-COVID levels. Titan has said that jewelry is showing a good recovery rate of 98% of pre-COVID levels. The same with companies like Dabur, Marico, etc. On the other hand, you have auto companies which are saying that they are seeing massive demand. Retail companies are seeing good demand. Those who sell real estate say that there is a pickup. Now, it could be that these companies and these proprietors are painting a rosy picture, hoping that the optimism spurs you to go out there and shop. Maybe some of you are shopping, looking at the online sales. Amazing, 22,000 crore rupees spent in the first 4.5 days. Even so, even if it's pent-up demand, it will help in reviving the economy. So how optimistic is the picture? How crucial is this festive demand? We're going to talk about that on the show today. We have so much lined up for you. We're bringing you ground reports from across the country, from our teams that are telling you how the bazaars are getting lit up and decorated. We're getting you an interview with Gautam Singhania of Raymond, and he has some very interesting things to say about why he thinks shoppers will come out and buy even formal wear. But how can we be cautious and careful? That's also very important because we don't want big crowds to start spreading COVID-19 more rapidly again. So I have Dr. Ashish Jha, Dean of the Brown University, also joining me on the show. So this is a power-packed show. Welcome to all of you and thank you for joining us. Let me get on with our first panel. I have with me Nilesh Gupta, MD of Vijay Sales, Ujjwal Chaudhry, Director of RedSeer Consulting, Mukesh Kumar, Chief Executive Officer of Infiniti Malls, and Yogendra P. Trivedi, Chairman of Sai Service Station. Welcome to all of you and thank you for speaking with us on the India Development Debate Festive Special. Let me go first to you, Nilesh. Is the festive sparkle actually there? Are you seeing it even in your stores? Are people coming out and have saved up their big expenses for this period, and how optimistic are you?
Good evening, Tamanna. I do not know whether the festive sparkle is there or not, but in consumer durable industries, customers are definitely there. And going by the last weekend, which was the first weekend post for the Navratri, first Navratri weekend, we had a really good sales. So I think there is, I would not say there is a festivity of happiness going around in the consumer's mind like always, but shopping is happening in consumer durable for sure. In the last month, we saw 100% recovery over last year if we compare, and now also we are seeing good traction.
Okay, so, are you seeing footfalls? Mukesh Kumar, let me come to you. Are you seeing footfalls? Are you seeing people come out once again for retail shopping in malls, etc.? Are you seeing that kind of mood and enthusiasm? And if you can give us an idea of how crucial this period is for your business.
Tamanna, I could say in one simple sentence, it could be better. We haven't seen what happened last year because, obviously there's an issue here. We have a COVID hangover people still have. The fear is still there in the market. If you look at some of the other parts of the country where the puja is very big, eastern part of the country, what I've been getting the news that they have done extremely well. Footfall is very good. People are coming and shopping, not just people coming and spending time in the mall. They've also been shopping. Other parts of the country, if you look at Maharashtra, for example, I think it really picks up during the Diwali time. It's not so much during the puja time, but the footfall is really growing. If you look at in the month of August, what happened in September, what is happening in October, there's been a growth week on week. We have been getting people, they come for shopping, and some of the categories, as Mr. Nilesh Gupta rightly said, this people have been buying certain categories. FMCG is doing very, very well. Electronics are doing very well. That's the shopping people generally do during the puja time, Navratri time. And as far as Apparel is concerned, I think it could be a little better, especially the segment like formals and ethnic wear, because people are not going to the offices. So, they're not much of formal wear is being purchased. Ethnic also, because there's no celebration really happening much, at least during this time in this part of the country. So there's not too much ethnic wear is also being sold. But if you look at the casual wear and the Western wear, I think they have been gaining ground momentum as in the past 2 months. What I have seen, they have done pretty well. In other segments also, like home category has done pretty well. Your casual category has done very well. Footfall has been growing, and what I could see, these people are thinking very positive. They have been coming to the mall. They know this very safe place to visit, and that's where the shopping has been happening. So overall, I think there's a very positive sentiment building up, and I'm hoping that by Diwali will really gain momentum. And we're hoping it will go to 80-90%. And this quarter generally for the mall is very, very good, and for the retail sector is very good October, November, December. And I could see that this mood is already there. It's just a matter of time. We also doing a lot of work in the mall in terms of marketing, decorating the place, building up the festive mood in the mall. So all these things are being done, and I'm hoping that footfall will come back to, it may not be 100%, at least 50-60% definitely what you've seen last year.
How crucial is this period, Mr. Kumar? If you can give us a sense of, when I'm talking to people, the sense I'm getting is that this festive season specifically is make or break for a lot of businesses. Because if there is going to be an urge to spend, go out and consume, it's possibly going to peak in these next few months and then maybe petered out again. December, January, February onwards, till we see some clarity on vaccine, till the economy stabilizes better. Would you say that that's the case with you as well, that this festive period is very crucial, make or break?
Absolutely right, Tamanna. I think I agree with you completely on this. It's not only for this event. Traditionally, these 4 months, October to Jan, has generally been very good for the retail. And with so much of what has happened in the first half of the year, this is very, very important that the retail does well. All the segments, you're not just talking about FMCG, electronics, or all categories have to do well, because if the retail has to do well, there has to be a bounce back. It has to happen in these 3-4 months' time. If you're able to win this 3-4 months back, we're able to build that sentiment, positive sentiment, will start coming out. The fear getting slightly lower, I think we won the battle. Then after that, once you have done with these 4 months, I don't see there's an issue in the month of Feb, March, and the coming month after that. Of course, vaccines going to take much longer. We know people are saying the month be maybe March, maybe April. It's going to take longer, but I think people are slowly accepting the fact that this is a much longer fight. You need to continue with your life, but take a lot of precaution, and that's what we have been seeing people doing. So as you rightly said, quarter is very, very important for us, and I think the build-up is pretty good.
I think, Mr. Yogendra Trivedi, there is no problem on the end of the auto sector. At least that's what the numbers seem to suggest and the commentary seems to suggest. Are you really seeing that kind of a buzz on ground? And why are people going out and buying vehicles? Is this pent-up demand? Is this personal mobility where people don't want to get into public transport or carpool or get into, app-delivered cabs, etc.? What are you seeing on ground?
See, I'll be very frank with you. I am not merely the chairman of Sai Service, but I am also connected with some other companies like Imami in Calcutta, where I am on board. I am on board of Supreme Industries, which is selling furniture. Imami is selling cosmetics and medicines. I am also on board of Reliance Industries for last more than 30 years. Of course, Reliance Industries is in a separate ball game altogether. But so far as these industries are concerned, selling furniture, selling cosmetics, selling medicines, they see a very bright future. Jawaharlal Nehru had stated in Discovery of India that Indians live on festivals. The life of an average Indian otherwise would be so melancholy and sad, but the festivals keep them up. And I see the brightness on everybody's face. I see the monies of holding government has been wise at long last to give money in people's hands. And I think people are spending. The Imami is selling very well. Supreme has not looked back. The furnitures are being sold very well. I think I see a very bright future. Apart from cars, car is a matter, of some prestige, and in some places it has become almost a necessity. If two-wheeler is sometimes dangerous, a four-wheeler is anyway much safer. And people are going for cars, people are going for two-wheelers, and I see a very bright future. I believe that government has done a wise thing by putting money in the hands of the people. At the time of the Great Depression, Keynes had told Franklin Roosevelt that you ask people to dig a pit, give him money, and after he has finished, ask him to dig another pit, again give him money. That is why the economy was revived in New Deal. So I believe I see a very bright
Trivedi,
future.
how has money come in the hands of people? Who has money
It has
in their
come
hands?
by
There is one
easy
scheme
loan.
for government employees where they have to pay, they have to buy 3 times of their LTA allowance and pay a GST on it to get that tax-free amount. We'll have to wait and see how that really pans out.
No,
And that too for
some-
items which are 12% GST and above. I'm not so sure if that will translate into cars.
No, first of all, some of the private companies have also started becoming more liberal with their employees. And what is more important is that the loans are freely available. And more than that, now the stimulus will come directly in the hands of people in one way or the other. And I think I don't see people feeling shortage. It's especially during festive seasons, they want to spend. And it is right that people may not throng into the malls because of safety reasons. But then there is email. And I recently myself wanted to purchase a phone. And when I asked on email, I was told I will have to wait till November 10th of November before I can get my phone, cordless phone. So I think there is a demand. You will not find the crowd at the malls.
No, the demand is there definitely in some pockets. The demand is there definitely in some pockets, and Ujjwal Chaudhry will be, witness to it. Ujjwal,
It
you
always
guys
percolates.
predicted a massive sale this year. I think you've put a report out, Ujjwal, just this week that 22,000 crore rupees has been spent on online sales in the first 4.5 days of sales. That's a mind-boggling figure. But is it truly representative of demand?
Right. Tamanna, first of all, thanks for having me here again. I think so. As we projected at the start of the season, right? So 6 days of sale would translate to around 28,000 crore of online sales. I think the number that you mentioned is for the first 4.5 days. In 6 days, we do expect it would be approximately around the similar kind of number, 28,000 CR. In terms of growth, I think this translates to a 50% growth compared to last year. Whether it is a very large number, I think that's a matter of perspective. So if you look at, for example, Singles Day in China or Black Friday in US, right? So the amount of shopping that we'll do in the whole month of festive, that happens in a single day, right? So and in Black Friday, and if you see the amount of overall shopping that will be done in a year online in India, right? So that is done in a single day, in just one day in Singles Day. So I think whether it is a very large number is a matter of perspective. If we talk about penetration, I think this is still less than 10% of overall spend. So 90% of shopping is still being done offline. I think there is definitely resurgence in demand. I think we have been seeing that since July. So July, August, August was again a very strong pent-up demand, and mostly driven by metro and tier 1 cities. And as soon as festive is coming, has started coming nearer, we are starting to see a very strong resurgence in tier 2 plus demand as well. I think if you look at the way this festival season is panning out, I think there is a very strong availability of products. So there were fears of that there will be a lot of stockouts. That has not happened. There is a very large selection. There is definitely a strong affordability that the platforms are providing. So I think definitely see very strong demand happening in the online sector.
Ujjwal, tell me something, because I know that you guys also track different kinds of data. Are the discounts as deep this year? Are the discounts genuine, and are they sort of ridiculous discounts which are pushing sales, or this is the average sort of discounting, markup and then discounting that retailers do during these sales periods?
Tamanna, I think the discount part, I think, that gets overplayed a lot during this festive time. I think that is a function of the kind of discounts we have seen, let's say 3 to 4 years back. That does not happen anymore. I think if you look at discounts, we have done comparisons for brands which are, let's say, available both online and offline. And this year you will find you'll basically get a similar level of discounts both online and offline. I think the online story in India is not about not any more about discounts, right? It used to be, but I think the system has matured from there. I think now it is about fulfilling people's aspirations, getting the right kind of availability, and most importantly, getting the right selection at the right price point, right? So if you look at the affordability constructs, right? So there are multiple upgrade plans, there are exchange plans, there are no cost EMIs, there are pay later options, right? So the amount of innovation that is happening in terms of bringing the right selection at the right price point is just amazing, right? And that is what is leading to such a huge growth year on year for the online channels. And now we are seeing a very large interest from the organized offline as well as the larger brands. So larger brands have, let's say in the past, not seen online as as important a channel. This year, we are seeing brands really taking up online as a serious channel. They are partnering with some of the global brands are partnering with these platforms to bring, to create product selections which are relevant for the Bharat or the Middle India. Right, so I think definitely see a lot of innovation on the affordability front, and definitely do not think that discount is the only reason people are buying.
That's sure, but what I'm trying to find out is that are the discounts significant this year compared to last year, or are they less? Because we know that in the auto sector, for example, the discounts are actually lesser this year than last year based on a number of factors, including shortage of supplies. Let me take that question to Nilesh. Nilesh, Gupta, are the discounts deeper or less this year comparatively? And that's something I think consumers will also want to know about.
Tamanna, as far as discounts are concerned, they are more or less similar. It's not there. But one thing is for sure, this year there is a constraint on supplies because of the imports from China and the TV licensing and all. So, and laptops and the demand growth in the laptops and other categories. So this year, for the consumers, it is very essential. They should not wait for the big days. If they're planning to buy, they should buy as early as possible. And as far as discounts, affordability, EMI options, exchange offers, I think all are similar at similar level to every Diwali.
Actually, Tamanna, I am
what are you seeing in terms of discounts and consumer choices? Yes, let me just go to Mr. Mukesh Kumar with that question. Yeah. What are you seeing in terms of discounts and trends in terms of consumer demand? Are people actually waiting for sale days or festive days to go out and buy things? Because things like, which Nilesh is describing, laptops, consumer durables, etc., people have been buying need-based. And when needs have changed because of coronavirus, those demands have also gone up. Children are working from, schooling from home. People are working from home. You need one more laptop, etc. It's been driven by that. What about other discretionary spends, Mr. Mukesh Kumar?
It's really changed much. If you look at the retailers, when the mall started in the month of June, July, when some of the malls started, initially they had discount sale, which happens every year. This is the pattern that in the middle of June, the sale will start, end of season sale, which goes on generally till August 15th. The same thing continued. The pattern did not really change much. But of course, they had some of the retailers had the old stock they wanted to liquidate. So there may be some category may have little higher stock, so they may have liquidated at a lower price. But I don't see there is too much of change in terms of discounting. They may have offers which they have almost throughout the year. Maybe a small corner will have 10-20% discount on the products. But otherwise, I don't think it's really changed much. Even from the consumer's point of view, I don't think they're really waiting for discounts to happen. People also know, the consumers, they know what is the good time to shop. They also know during the festival time, there's not much of discounting that happens. Whether it is a Dashara, Diwali or Christmas, New Year, not much of discounting happens. People generally know when is the time to expect higher discounts. So I don't think we're really waiting for discounts to happen. Yes, there are issues in the market today because people have lost jobs, salaries have come down. That's definitely playing in the retail market. So which may have brought the demand slightly down. But I don't think there's too much of waiting game happening in terms of waiting for discounts to happen. I haven't seen really that happening as of now.
Actually, Tamanna, I have a feeling.
So discounts is not necessarily the big thing. Yes, please go ahead.
We are lagging far behind in chasing the customers as it is happening elsewhere in the world. I am also connected with one company which is making apparels. And we were discussing in the last meeting as to whether we should have something like what is happening in America, that you buy from in Bombay and you can exchange it in Delhi or in Calcutta. I think so. Some of these things which are happening in Walmart and other places in America should happen in India. We have to go a long way in doing this. Sales are always there. There is Dussehra sale, there is Diwali sale, there is Dhanteras sale. And I remember when I was in USA, there was a board which was put on one of the shops. There is no reason sale. People want, these are all attractions which are provided to the customer. And otherwise, by and large, a consumer is always very, very simple. The moment he sees the word sale, he thinks there is something very attractive therein. And it goes there. So these are all salesmanship which we are taught in our commerce education.
Absolutely. You know, it's going to be a very, very crucial festive period because it will give an opportunity for a host and range of businesses to come out and actually make up some of the massive losses that have been suffered this year. 2020 has been a tough year for everyone. And you have to remember, when I say everyone, I mean everyone. People have seen income cuts as well. Salaried employees, those who are professionals, everyone has seen some kind of a pinch. But the festive season is an opportunity to look ahead with optimism. If the right deal and the right offer is out there, perhaps the consumer will come back as well.